So look, as we all know, Trump's military parade, which cost over $40 million, and I believe the number's going to go almost to probably double that, was let's just call it a bit of a flop. And he wasn't too happy about it. Trump legitimately, based upon the people that are around him, his enablers, they were telling him that there'd be well over 200,000 people in attendance there to support. But in reality, let me show you what the crowd actually looked like. Play the clip. This is because our country right now is so divided. So divided. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with honoring the Army. 250th anniversary, damn straight we should honor them. But we should honor them each and every day. And the fact that it happened to have fallen out on Trump's birthday, okay, so what? The problem, again, the divisiveness in this country is so extreme that people wouldn't even come to honor the military, to honor the Army, simply because they're under the impression that it was for Trump's birthday. Meanwhile, even Marco Rubio couldn't hold back a yawn. Play this clip. Oh, sorry, Marco, are we keeping you awake? Meanwhile, even Trump actually looked bummed that people didn't show up. Play that clip.
1st Cavalry Division's legacy and commitment to duty. The band performs Hit the Leather and Ride, a march composed by Captain Robert Meredith Wilson.
Yeah, he didn't look, I've seen Trump look happier, let me say that. He also tried to claim that because it didn't rain on his parade, that climate change isn't real. Play that clip.
With a fantastic audience, it was supposed to rain. They gave it a 100% chance of rain, and it didn't rain at all. It was beautiful. And so I asked if they gave it 100% chance, right? 100% it was going to rain like crazy, and it didn't rain at all. How do they predict 100 years out and 50 years out or 200 years out? They didn't do too well, the weather people, last night, but it was beautiful.
Okay, it's called science. That's what it's about. They're able to measure the fact that the Earth is heating up. We're watching as the polar ice caps are melting. We're watching as the water table is rising. When the water table rises, that means more condensation in the air, which means more violent storms. It's just science. Meanwhile, I also want to acknowledge the tragic shooting of Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband. Saturday was an insanely heavy day. ABC's Rachel Scott, she spoke with Trump, and he said that he may even call Tim Walz. Let me show you what it says. In it, it turns around and it says, on Minnesota, I asked the president about the assassination and whether he plans to call the state's Democratic governor, Tim Walz. Well, it's a terrible thing. I think he's a terrible governor. I think he's a grossly incompetent person. But I may call him. I may call other people too, the president said. Luckily, they actually found the shooter last night, thank God. But Trump was kind of busy. He was busy declaring war on the United States and pitting Americans against each other on his Truth Social platform. Let me show you what he wrote. In it, he writes, our nation's ICE officers have shown incredible strength, determination, and courage as they facilitate a very important mission, the largest mass deportation operation of illegal aliens in history. Every day, the brave men and women of ICE are subjected to violence, harassment, and even threats from radical Democrat politicians, but nothing will stop us from executing our mission and fulfilling our mandate to the American people. ICE officers are herewith ordered, by notice of this truth, meaning this post, to do all in their power to achieve the very important goal of delivering the single largest mass deportation program in history. Goes on and he says, in order to achieve this, we must expand efforts to detain and deport illegal aliens in America's cities, such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York, where millions upon millions of illegal aliens reside. These and other such cities are the core of the Democrat power center, where they use illegal aliens to expand their voter base, cheat in elections, and grow the welfare state, robbing good-paying jobs and benefits from hardworking American citizens. These radical left Democrats are sick of mind, hate our country, and actually want to destroy our inner cities. And they are doing a good job of it. There's something wrong with them. That is why they believe in open borders, transgender for everybody, and men playing in women's sports. And that is why I want ICE, Border Patrol, and our great and patriotic law enforcement officers to focus on our crime-ridden and deadly inner cities and those places where sanctuary cities may play such a big role. You don't hear about sanctuary cities in our heartland. Finally, I want our brave ICE officers to know that real Americans are cheering you on every day. The American people want our cities, schools, and communities to be safe and free from illegal alien crime, conflict, and chaos. That's why I have directed my entire administration to put every resource possible behind this effort and reverse the tide of mass destruction migration that has turned once idyllic towns into scenes of third world dystopia. Our federal government will continue to be focused on the re-migration of aliens to the places from where they came and preventing the admission of anyone who undermines the domestic tranquility of the United States. To ICE, FBI, DEA, ATF, the Patriots at Pentagon, and the State Department, you have my unwavering support. Now go, get the job done. DJT. You know, I know Donald Trump a very, very long time, more than a decade and a half for certain. And I can tell you emphatically, he didn't write a single word of that. That, my friends, is Stephen Miller, an enabler who is putting Trump onto a path that is showing the American people don't agree. How do you know that they don't agree? Again, refer you back to the very first video I played for you just now of his birthday parade. Meanwhile, after Trump basically declared war on New York, Eric Adams, the disgraced Eric Adams, our mayor, went on to Fox and Friends this morning, saying that the Democratic Party left him. Play that clip.
The extreme arm of the party did go too far. I say it all the time. I didn't leave the party left me. The party left working class people. When they were starting to call in the President Hitler and other fascists, I said, that's not what working class people are concerned about. We need to talk about affordability, housing, public safety, these bread and butter issues. It has gone too far left, a arm of the party. And far too many working class people are saying, start talking about my issue.
Yeah, I agree. Housing, important. SNAPs, food programs, important. Homelessness, important. But it wasn't Democrats that called Trump America's Hitler. It was J.D. Vance, his vice president. Meanwhile, we have a guy who's running for mayor. I'm not a fan, to be upfront. His name is Zoran Mandami. He happens to be a prominent candidate for New York mayor, though I think he gets killed in the election. His response to the military parade and Trump's threats is completely opposite of our current sitting mayor, Mayor Eric Adams. Play that clip.
Let me ask you, what was your takeaway? I mean, it's been a day full of tragedy in Minnesota. It is very disturbing to see military tanks going down the city that I live in, down the streets of the city. What was your take about the military parade we saw today and what I would consider politicization of the military and the men and women serving?
I think you're absolutely right in the way you've characterized it. It is sadly yet another example of the authoritarian bent of the Trump administration. And we have to see that same politicization in the deployment of the National Guard, in the deployment of Marines, and ultimately in an attempt to continue to accumulate power. But what we actually also saw today was that there are far more Americans across the country, in both the states that we would imagine and the ones that were surprising to us, who believe more deeply in the First Amendment, in the Constitution, in the rule of law in this country than they do in the ability of a wannabe dictator to continue to assemble more power. And that continues to inspire me, and I know it inspires so many others to remember that actually we are a part of the majority when we fight for the rights of our neighbors and the rights of Americans across this country.
Look, I'm not going to disagree with what he said. Again, I don't particularly care for him. But the parts that I really did fundamentally have problems with, I'm all for the parade. I really was. I'm all for that parade as long as it's to honor those who have served, those who are currently serving for the 250th anniversary. But meanwhile, Fox, literally state-sponsored media. I want to show you a clip of the anchors going and speaking during Trump's birthday, saying that Saturday's parade was the moment that lit a match on fire. I'm not sure what the hell that means, but play the clip.
There is no doubt in my mind that this will go down in history as the moment that lit a match in this country. The feeling in this crowd is the text messages that I'm receiving from all my loved ones from all across the country, friends saying that they want to serve, that they love their country. You saw the many faces of the people that were singing that serve in our country, all different shades, hair textures, everything, because there is one thing that unites us all, and that is that flag. It's the red, white, and blue. I'm just excited. I'm excited for what's to come for our country. You're going to see it in the recruitment numbers go up tenfold. You can bank on it.
What an idiot. Meanwhile, how ironic is it that the No King's Day protests are actually the true reason that a match was lit in this country? It was inspiring to see people coming together. And I want to end on a clip of the crowds peacefully protesting in LA on Saturday. Play that clip.
I want you to get off the shot of me and look down below. JB Rudigram is going to show you what 20,000 people in the streets of downtown Los Angeles looks like. I'm on the 26th floor of Los Angeles City Hall on the Tom Bradley observation deck. Mayor Karen Bass says tens of thousands of people have mobilized peacefully to the streets of Los Angeles in opposition to that military protest in Washington, D.C. that you just mentioned, but also to the ongoing ICE raids that have been taking place here in the Los Angeles area over the course of the last week. This city is a city of immigrants. This city is a city with immigrants in the streets today.
Yeah. I mean, peaceful protest. That's the important thing. My friends, I want to be very clear about something. That No Day protest was absolutely fantastic. It showed exactly where the power lies. It's not the ICE agents. It's not the Marines. It's not the police officers. It's the people. And as always, thanks for listening.